and welcome back to the Pretty Normal Me vlog. I'm Em Clarkson, and today I wanted to talk about those days when you're feeling really, really negative. It's those days that we all have. I have them all the time. It's why have I bothered getting out of bed today? Why am I doing this job? I'm not going anywhere. No one really likes me. I have these days all the time, and I know I'm not alone. So often Alex comes home and he just goes, it's just one of those days. Or my flatmate comes home and I just know he's had one of these days. We all have them all the time. And it's infuriating because most of us are really, really, really great people and we're just sabotaged by our own brain. Please excuse that noise in the background. That's Bua tucking in very late to her breakfast. But we all have them all of the time, and mostly it's our internal voices who are out to fuck with us. We've all got them, and we all know full well what these little bastards are capable of. I know that often, like, a lot of negativity in our lives comes from other people and other places, so our parents maybe, or our friends, or our siblings, or people who are bullying us, or people online. That's very common to get. It's not nice, but it is common to get negativity from various areas. The negativity that I want to focus on today is our internal negativity. The negativity that comes from inside of us and is trying to sabotage our progress, our happiness, everything, because my internal voice is the worst. I feel like you are the noisiest eater in the whole of London. Literally. And she doesn't eat, like, she kind of like does it just to screw me up. So like she's like, oh, I'm not gonna eat until you've taken me for a walk, and then she gets back and she's like, oh, and it goes over, and then she's like, oh, I need to poo again. It's like, thanks, Boo. Right, the last negative day that I had was on Tuesday. I don't know why. I'd been working from home, I'd filmed a video, and everything was good. And for some reason, when Alex got home, I burst into tears, and I spent the whole evening being utterly foul with him and so nasty to myself, like, you're not worth anything, no one likes you, you're not going anywhere. I did the whole shebang, and it went on in my head for hours. I was sitting in a bathroom on my own, like, oh my God, nothing is great. And it really annoyed me. So since then, I've been thinking this is probably a video that I hope will help a few of you, and most of us will be able to relate to in some way. So step one, my first piece of advice is step away. So often, if I use this example on myself, it would be when I publish a post and I've worked really, really, really hard on it, I then watch the Google Analytics to see how many people are clicking on it, which I know is probably very self-indulgent and probably not a great thing to do for my confidence. And I remember doing it on Tuesday, and not a lot of people were reading what I'd written, and I was just like, I maybe posted at a bad time, maybe it wasn't that interesting, I can't remember what it was, but I was just so grumpy and angry, and it was the worst thing I was doing, and I was just sitting watching the numbers actually going down, and it made me really stressed. So I think the best thing that I did then was I just closed my laptop and I walked away from it. I stepped away from the problem, or like the focus of my obsession, which in that instance was the Google Analytics. I always get the hiccups when I'm doing these, I'm really sorry. So it's whatever your problem is, whatever it is that's making you feel like you're not good enough, if it's a piece of work, or even looking in the mirror, which breaks my heart to say it, but I know that does happen to some of us. Step away from the mirror and step away from the work and step away from whatever it is actually causing your negativity right now, because it's not gonna make it any better by obsessing and looking at it any longer than you have to. Number two, and I know I seem to always advise this as number two in my hints for anything, go for a walk. Again, for the same reason really as dealing with stress, as I said in that video. I find that when I'm getting a bit miserable and a bit obsessed and a bit, oh my God, I'm good for nothing and I can't do anything, if I keep sitting there wherever I am and having this internal crisis, I'm going to continue having it as long as I'm sitting there. So I'll go outside, I'll go for a walk, I'll run to the shop, just something. And it is amazing, particularly this time of year when the weather is so cold and it goes, and you're sort of full. It is amazing. You just get a full breath of different, of energy, of different air, of cold air that makes you catch your breath, and I think that's actually incredibly refreshing. So I don't mean going for a walk in terms of the exercise, I genuinely mean getting outside in terms of just revitalizing yourself and getting a bit of a shock to the system and just getting a bit of extra new air and energy inside you. So I think that's a really important thing to do. Even if it's pissing down with rain, just run to the shop. It's very good just to get out. Number 3 is reflect on what you've done. So again, for me, if we use my source of negativity, which is often the blog, I look at our Twitter following and our YouTube subscribers and I'm like, oh my god, I'm rubbish, like nothing's any good. But then I think about it and I have to look at how far I've come. So we look at the Twitter or we look at the blog and the analytics. I started this blog 2 years ago for fun. I had no idea it would become a career for me. So that should be a very immediate for me, and it should be an immediate boost, and often it isn't. I look at the YouTube following, which is pathetic, quite frankly, but then I realize this is my 4th video, so like, come on, give yourself a break. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't been vlogging very long. I did a bit of crappy once every time I could remember before this, but this is my first attempt at actually vlogging. So why am I giving myself such a hard time for having such a small following? It doesn't make any sense. So I think actually you look at it, you're looking at it from one way, and I'm always looking at it from one way, which is you're pathetic. You need to reflect on it from a completely different point of view, and that is probably the you of 2 years ago or the you of 5 years ago, because I know that the you of the me of 2 years ago would be incredibly proud of this me for having done anything that I've done and having this many readers or this many followers or whatever, because in my head I'm getting so obsessed with where I need to be that I'm forgetting that me of 2 years ago is like, dude, you're fucking smashing it. So I think reflection, and maybe that is a good way of doing it, reflect as if you are the person who you were when you started. I have all the friends. Number 4, and this is a pretty great excuse to be a total lunatic to my mind, and that is talk to yourself. I think this is actually really good, and we're always told, like, when you were younger, do you remember at school they used to say like, oh, what's the first sign of madness? It's talking to yourself. And it's like, screw you, I talk to myself all the time. It's so good. The only thing with talking to yourself in this instance is that it can result in an internal fight. But I think that might actually be quite a good thing. So my heart's telling me, you love what you do, you're gonna be fine, everything's great, and my brain's like, oh hell no, you're crap, everyone else is better than you, everyone else has more hits than you, everyone else has been doing this for less time and is better than you, and blah 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 blah. And I've got this going on, it's like heartbrain, heartbrain, heartbrain. What I'm going to start doing is bringing my mouth into this, and I think this is actually a really good way of doing it. So your inside voice says you're rubbish and your outside voice goes, no I'm not. And I think it's a really nice way. And so yeah, if you're with people, you're gonna look mad. But next time your internal voice says you're doing crap, you can just stand there and go, shut up, you don't know anything. Sure, it doesn't look like you're entirely sane when you're just talking to the air, but you're not, you're talking to your body. And I think your body needs to hear that, your internal voice needs to hear it. So next time they say, anything that you find yourself saying to yourself silently, anything that isn't positive, this is rubbish, you're going to do really badly, no it isn't, it's perfect, you don't know shit, fuck off. You can say that to your internal body, but make sure you say it out loud, because that way your conversation will die out. And our ears are very close to our mouths, and they are going to hear and process what we're saying with our outside voices, and our inside voices will be forced to be quiet. So talking to yourself is a really great thing, and it literally, you'll just talk the negativity away. That's really important, so talk to yourself. Number 5, going on from number 4, is give your inner voice a name. My inner voice is called Janice, and she can be a real dick. I've got Janice inside me saying, you can't do this, you can't do this. I don't know why she's called Janice, she just is. I like that name for my internal voice. I think that's my alter ego, my mean M is called Janice, and she's inside of there. And when Janice starts talking to me, I'm like, shut up Janice, you don't know shit. And it works pretty well. So I think just going on from number 4, that's like a sub point of number 4, is give your internal voice a name. That way you humanize them and it's much easier to fight with them, I think. So rather than just saying shut up M, because then that's all too confusing, it's shut up Janice, or shut up Candice, or shut up Martin, or whatever your internal voice is called. Just address them with a name and tell them to shut right up. Number 6, take a bath, take a shower, or have a face mask. When you have been sitting in your own negative stew for however long, you're gonna feel worse. You just are. Last night, I felt the early onset of negativity coming on. I was sitting on the sofa. I couldn't really find a lot to write about, and I was starting to really get myself into a state. So I stopped it right in its tracks, plodded my ass upstairs, and ran a bath. Immediately, obviously, I felt better because baths are amazing, but I did the whole shebang. I had bubble bath. Yeah, that is what it's called. Bubble bath and bath salts and everything. I put a face mask on and shaved my legs. I did everything that sort of I felt was sort of cleansing the negative out of me, like steaming it out or pulling it out or ripping it out or shaving it off. Like whatever you're doing, I think there's a very, very good thing to say for like getting clean and just trying to wash it all away and wash the negativity away, because when you've got clean hair and a clean body, you're gonna have a cleaner mind, and all that shitty negativity is just going down the drain. See you later, see you later, see you later. Number 7 is don't stew. Now, stew is such a great word because it just sounds exactly like it's so onomatopoeic. Stew, it's a good one. Sidetracked. Don't stew, and by that I mean something bad happens, you've got to pick yourself up immediately and move on. It's the same as going for a walk, really. It's the same as some of the earlier points. Just get yourself out if you can, away from the current situation. If you sit, and we're all very, very, very capable of this, I know this, but don't sit in your own self-doubt and in your own negativity and in your own ball of I'm a failure, because that is a disaster. You need to just accept it as a bygone and stand up immediately, whatever it is that has brought on this negativity. Don't sit in it, don't stew in it, don't start wallowing, because the minute you wallow, then the floodgates are open for all of the nasty thoughts you've ever had. The minute you start thinking, I'm not a very good blogger, then you think, I'm not a very good person. Am I a good daughter? Do my parents love me? Oh my God, my parents don't love me. I should have got them better things for Christmas 4 years ago. And then everything is wrong. And then it's, oh, you look in the mirror and it's like, I don't really like my stomach. Oh my God. No, I really don't like my stomach. It's disgusting. Oh my God, I don't like my arms either. Or my feet, or my legs. Oh my God, I'm disgusting. And then before you know it, you hate everything. The minute you start stewing on one little thing, it's the minute that you are the most vulnerable to all the hate that you can throw your way. So if you feel like something negative and shitty is about to happen, stop. Get away from the situation, because the minute you start wallowing, you're just getting yourself in trouble. So no wallowing, no stewing. Both great words. I'm just enjoying saying them. Wallow, stew, wallow, stew. Wallow, swallow as a bird. And the movement. I'm filming this on a Friday and I'm just in one of those moods. A good Friday mood. Right, number 7. Go out. Now, I understand if you've got a headache and it's been a really shitty day, this is the worst advice ever. But I do think going out is actually something that we take for granted. Often when we're having negative days, we think, I think we should have a night in tonight. I think we should order pizza and have a bath and do a face mask. Sometimes that is exactly what the daughter ordered. Sometimes that is exactly what the doctor ordered. I won't even pretend to deny that for a moment. There is nothing better than I'm a celeb and a pizza and a face mask. Sometimes it's the worst, particularly if you work at home or the thing that caused you to feel negative happened in the house in the first place. I think if you've been out in the office all day, then yes, granted, it's going to be amazing to get home. I get it. But for me, if I've been having a bad day sitting in this room, the worst thing for me is to continue sitting in this room for the same reason as the wallowing and stewing. Oh my God, I got to say them again. Fun. But that's why I think it's really important for me to go out. As well as sometimes when you're stressed, well, actually all the time when I'm stressed and I'm feeling negative, I really start to pick on the way that I look, and I feel like I just look like shit all the time. And I think it's a really good thing if you are gonna go out, you've really got, like, well, you don't have to, but I think the one thing about being a girl that is really, really nice is when we're feeling a bit sorry for ourselves and a bit down in the dumps and a bit negative, we can go and sit in front of the mirror and paint a brave face on it, literally. We can get dressed up, we can put on some killer shoes and some red lipstick it and just get out and get shit done. I think when I've been having bad days, I am forcing myself not to sit on this sofa, although the temptation is so high. And I get dressed and I put a bit more bronzer on it and I put a bit of lippy on there and I put some shoes on and I just go out. I don't go far. I've got a restaurant around the corner that I absolutely love and I just go there for dinner because it gets me out and it gets me moving and it gets me just... and you're refreshing. You can see your friends. Yeah, if you need to get drunk, go get drunk, go out clubbing, whatever. For me, that I don't find that particularly helpful, so I go out for dinner. But if it does help while you're out, or if it does help to be out and in that environment, then do it. I think you'll know if you are feeling a bit claustrophobic by your own negative thoughts, and the best thing to do is get out and about, and they will all fly away. They'll be forced to, because you're going to be too busy having too much fun to start this internal monologue while you're out and about. So I think call up a friend and go out is a really good way of just ridding yourself temporarily of any negativity. Number 9 is either what would your best friend say, or what would your boyfriend say, or your girlfriend, or whatever. It's what would the people important to you say about this situation? Because you know inside, you've been to them before, you know exactly how they're going to react to your situation. So if I went to my best friend or to my boyfriend and said, guys, I don't think I'm going to make it as a blogger because I'm not very good at it, I know all of them would go, shut the fuck up, you're great. Often when you hear that, you're not gonna hear it. When they actually say it to you, you're like, oh, you're just saying that. But the fact that you know that they're going to say that, I think says a lot about your friendship and you as a person. You know what they think about you, and often you just need to rehear it. You don't need to ask them, maybe because it will frustrate you in the way that I get completely unfairly frustrated with Alex, or maybe just because you know you're going to react when they say it. But I think it is a really good thing just to hear it, even if it is internally. So what would your best friend say is a really, really good way of working out quite how negative, or quite how justified your negativity is, probably, and quite how to deal with it, which is normally shut the fuck up and get a drink down your throat. If your friends are anything like mine, that's normally what they say to me. So maybe that does actually couple in with going out. Maybe it's worth remembering that. Number 10 is the power of positive thinking. It's very hippie and it's very elusive, I think. Oh my god, positive thinking, doesn't that just sound like a fucking groundbreaking miracle? Yes, I know, it doesn't sound like the most pioneering advice Pretty Normal Me has ever given, but I think positive thinking is essential. I think when we are getting caught up in the negatives, we feel like that is a very all-encompassing emotion, and it really can be. I know negativity can be very, very, very heavy, and it can sit on you and it can be shit. What we completely take for granted is that for everything negative, there is also something positive. There's normally more than one positive, but we just stop seeing them. And I think what we need to start doing is just yanking that stuff back into the forefront. And we need to start seeing and appreciating the positive thing again. Whether it's whatever it is that you're stressing out about or that you're feeling negatively about, the very easy way is just trying to flip it. Whatever it is, just trying to swap your negative thought into a positive thought. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but you've tried. My eyebrows look terrible today. Yes, but your eye makeup looks amazing. Switch! Positive. There's always a way of trying to look at a situation in a different light, and all that often takes is moving half an inch to the left or the right. I think we need to stop assuming that negativity is this big cloud that can't be moved until the weather gods say. That's absolutely not true. We're tall enough. All we need to do is just bat that cloud out the way. It's like, excuse me, excuse me, excuse me, make room, make room, make room, VIPs, 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 and then bam, all the positives are here, because they are the very important, oh my god, very important positives. Bam, they're in. Negatives, you're out. You're not on the guest list. Goodbye. Thank you. Positive thinking will always win. You just have to allow yourself to do it. I should do an audiobook helping you. Sorry, I just felt like I had one of those voices. I'm getting very hippie booer. Are you feeling my vibes? Should I get you a dream catcher? She's looking at me like, oh my god, she's officially gone mad. Positive thinking is essential, and it is possible. We just have to maintain the confidence that we deserve it and that we can do it, because of course we can. Excuse me. Positive thinking is amazing, and we've all got the wherewithal to do it. We've all got the brain, so we can combine all of those things that I've said above, whether it's talking to Janice, or having a fight with yourself, or going out and about. There are positives everywhere you look. So just pool your resources and get the positive thinking cap on. And 11, which is becoming my classic bonus advice, which is remember that it will all be better tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day and you're going to be fine. Negative days very rarely, or for most people, very, very rarely last more than a day. For me, at least, I know if I'm having one that I just need to go to bed, get the fuck over myself and wait to wake up in the morning because everything will be better. It always is. And sometimes if your negative day starts at 11 o'clock in the morning, that's going to be really annoying and you don't want to have to wait all day for bedtime. So I suggest then trying to pull in a few of the above mentioned suggestions. But if this thought comes to you at 10 p.m. at night and you're still trying to work and you still can't get anything done, I think it's probably best to just cut your losses and think, you know what, fuck this for a game of spades. I'm going to go to bed now. And you're going to wake up in the morning and everything's going to be better because it just is. The morning, the fresh light, the really annoying crows that sit on windowsills or seagulls or wherever you live, whatever annoying bird there is outside to wake you up, it is always a sign of a fresh start. We are very lucky that I think everyone always assumes New Year's Eve is our only fresh start. Bullshit is it. We get Mondays every week, which people love to hate, but God knows why. It's a fresh start literally once every 7 days. And actually, we get a free start once every 24 hours because the morning starts and it's like, today's a new day, carpe diem, seize the day, I learned that recently too, and let's go at it. So that's it. That's my number 11, is just remember that tomorrow is a new day and everything's going to be better. Humans beings are brutal. I hate it. Women literally bat themselves down every given opportunity. But I'm going to do an amnesty. Hands out, at the ready to take your bats from you. Put them down and get like lilies or massage oil and start, stroking yourself with that rather than whacking yourself with a bat. I think we all just need a very good... Maybe we should all start meditating. I don't know. Either way, those are my top tips for batting away negativity, and remember that you are amazing. Don't listen to your Janice or your Martin or whoever is inside who is ready to tear you down because they don't know shit. Speak out loud as the person that you are. I am M and I'm telling Janice that I'm great, so piss off. This might have been a bit rambly, but I'm just very keen for us all to start loving ourselves a little bit more and saying screw you to the negativity that's inside all of us. So I hope this has helped and I hope you guys have had a lovely weekend. I think this is going to go up on Sunday. So I've loved talking to you. Please, please, please. Oh my God, what is wrong with me? I don't hiccup the rest of the day and then I start filming, I'm like, please leave in the comments anything that you would like to see next. And please let me know if you liked this. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please come and find us. So many pleases. Please, please, please. Please come find us on Twitter and Facebook and subscribe to us here. Obviously, please, because then we'll stop one of those negative thoughts. Joking, it's fine, I can do it on my own. Shut up, Janice. But you know what to do, guys. Please give it a like and a comment and a subscribe and all that fun stuff. And I've loved talking to you, and I will see you again on Tuesday. All right, guys, take care. Lots of love. Bye.